Drop the gun!
Give me whatever's in there. Give me the money in there. Move to the back room. Come on, move to the back room. Give me whatever's in there.
Now, when this gun comes out, it should certainly get your attention. I mean, things have the potential for getting very bad here very fast. Clearly, you yourself are in danger of being put in imminent danger of death or grave bodily harm at any second. So at this point, you really ought to be drawing your gun. Whether you shoot or not depends on whether you want to take the chance on defending this cashier. I mean, you can assume he's innocent because you saw it from the beginning. This woman came in and is robbing him. But because he's not related to you, he's not a friend, he's not anybody you really even know, you may choose not to. You may just hope that the robbery goes okay, nobody gets hurt, and you can be a good witness. But on the other hand, if you decided you wanted to shoot at this point, you would be justified. Besides accessing your gun, taking it out of its holster, and getting it ready to shoot, should you decide to or need to, the other thing you obviously want to be doing at this point is moving behind something, getting behind cover. For several reasons. One is you'd like to get behind cover so if this woman decides to turn and shoot you, that you've got something between you and her bullet. The other reason is once you draw your gun out, you don't want her to see it because that's certainly going to get her attention and she may choose to shoot you. That may in fact accelerate her decision to try and shoot you.
Give me the money in there. Move it to the back room. Come on, move to the back room.
Well, now things are getting worse for this cashier. You may have decided previously not to intervene and shoot this woman on behalf of this cashier, even though you were justified in doing so. But now it's getting worse for him because now the armed robber is marching him to the back room. That is a pretty sure sign that he's going to be executed back there. I mean, when armed robbers start moving store employees and patrons to the back room, it's pretty good sign, pretty sure bet that an execution is going to take place. So you may at this point, because the stakes are now seemingly so much higher, you may decide to take that shot. You're certainly justified in doing so. Besides her moving him to the back room, she still has this gun pointed at him. He is still in imminent danger of death or grave bodily harm. Another thing to consider is at this point, now she's marching him to the back room. If she sees you there, as a patron in the store, there's every likelihood that she's going to ask you or demand that you go back in that back room at gunpoint next.
Give me whatever's in there. Give me the money in there. Give me whatever's in there.
Just as before, here you are justified in shooting her if you choose to. If you choose to come to the aid of this cashier you don't know, but you don't need to.
Give me the money in there.
In this particular case, if you didn't shoot, it worked out fine. She left, nobody was hurt, you're a good witness, you call 911, you can give the police a good description. If, on the other hand, you had taken that shot, you would have been justified, because in fact, at the point when that cashier was in imminent fear of death or grave bodily harm, you didn't know which way it was going to go. So you were justified just before she left in taking that shot.
Give me everything that's in there. Give me the money in there. Hurry up! The next one's for real. everything that's in there. Give me the money in there. Hurry up!
At this point, of course, your gun should be out. If you haven't shot before now, and you were justified in shooting before now, as we've explained earlier, you may want to think a little bit more about it now. At this point, while she hasn't shot the cashier, she's exhibited a clear wanton disregard for life because she's just fired a shot into the air, into the ceiling, and God knows where it went. I mean, there's every likelihood that that bullet went into the apartment above the store. So clearly she doesn't value life all that much. Clearly she's willing to use her gun. So at this point, although you're under no obligation to shoot, you may want to think a little more strongly about it.
The next one's for real.
And you can see that, in fact, she was getting more serious and she did intend to kill him. Now at this point, when she's leaving, when she's going out of frame, if she just turns her back to you and runs, you're not justified in shooting. If she, on the other hand, she spots you, whirls towards you, turns towards you with that gun, you are most certainly justified in shooting. Now, if you're really hyper-cautious, you may be asking yourself, well, why do I want to shoot her at all if the cashier is the only person that may wind up getting shot? I mean, I don't really care about that cashier. I'm willing to let him get shot. I just don't want to get involved in this. Well, the answer to that is the more serious it gets, the more likely she is to see you and shoot you too. Clearly, if she shoots the cashier and she sees you there, you're a witness to a murder. She's going to have every incentive to shoot you. And if you wait till she's shot the cashier, you may not have time to shoot her before she gets around or whirls around, points the gun at you and pulls the trigger.